Yeah, there is a cooldown, because then you get the cooldown with the global.
Hey,
Good
look
stuff.
out.
Yeah, 1 to the 20 is cooldown, I'm pretty sure. You just never get that either.
All right, so at 10, he gets 16 damage or 200 health.
Those are fine. Those are good double
200 is nice.
15 is minus 40-second cooldown.
Oh, that's the cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, at 15.
That's
And
okay.
alternative is 0.4-second homing missile stun duration.
Dire team pick.
0.4?
0.4. Yeah, and this
I
is a
think
carry.
you probably get the cooldown then, but
Yeah.
even then you don't feel good about getting...
Just you farm with it, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't help you be a carry.
20 is 16 rocket barrage damage
Right.
or 30 movement speed.
Again, it's like you're getting a talent to buff up
10
your
seconds
nuke, which is only
remaining.
good in the early game
Yeah.
as a
Yes.
carry.
Yeah, I think
talents-
everyone takes 30 movement
5
speed.
seconds remaining.
And then the 25s you already mentioned, global cooldown or 3 homing missile charges.
Worst talents in Dota 2. I can't think of
stuff.
any hero who comes close.
Yeah.
TNC
They're pretty
Predators
garbage.
turn queen.
This is we've had a draft in the meantime.
We have. Had a few
Where
heroes
I just
pop
had
up.
I like playing Gyro, and I get angry every time I play.
Every time you hit you get that extra
Yeah,
sound effect that
right.
you get a talent, you're like, oh boy, and you're like, wait, I'm playing Gyro.
Yeah.
I don't care about any of
10
this.
seconds
Yep.
remaining.
Yeah, so we got some heroes. So yeah, IO Gyro, this is the first time that
5
Among Us have been playing
seconds
Gyrocopter. So clear strategy in mind with the IO, obviously. Not the most popular combo these days, but still a tried and tested duo. And then Earth Spirit and Queen of Pain to follow up. Meanwhile, for TNC, as we saw earlier, the Phoenix and the Mars, and now a Grimstroke followed up.
Get like tank. The rest of team. There's going to be a damage drop off at a certain
TNC
point. Get
Predators.
BKBs and use, yeah, just get a Spectre. So like just get tanky, and they're going to run out of damage. I think on Among Us. I love Grimstroke as a hero. It's really cool against.
Yeah.
But
10
I feel like this
seconds
hero is
remaining.
underpicked.
Dire team ban.
Grimstroke's really good.
TNC Predators turn to ban.
Do you think there's any possibility that this IO tries to gear up for the attacking who your tether target attacks kind of build? Because, you know, Gyrocopter, one of the few heroes that you could take advantage of that with an IO if
10
you got like a
seconds
Deso or
remaining.
something like that.
That comes, I guess, just too late though in the game.
true.
Probably.
Yeah.
I assume this is a support
I
IO.
guess that's the question I'm leading towards. Is there any chance
Yeah.
this is a core IO? And I guess it's like a support quap?
I think it's. I guess support Quap it would make sense. I don't think it makes
Right.
sense if Quap and IO are both cores.
Right.
You can't do it with our spirit.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
So then I guess that means that we're looking for an offlaner for Among Us.
5
And for
seconds. Dire
TNC,
team pick.
likely looking for a mid laner? Yeah,
They-
they have Earth Spirit.
It is last pick for Among Us, so I think this Quap could be an offlaner. That's like a Quap Earth Spirit lane sounds decent.
Versus Spectre.
Yeah. The 3-position Quap is, I think, something Cuckoo's kind of done in
10
the past
seconds
as well.
I
remaining.
don't really like the Void Spirit pick. And something like K or
5 seconds
some other
remaining.
big Armel here that can just like healed up.
Someone needs to do something on the map, though. Like, I understand what you were saying with just getting tanky all beyond all recognition, but like,
Right.
during 15 to 20 minutes, 25 minutes, someone needs to do something on the map. You can't
The
all just
Mars.
like.
Get in there with Mars.
Well, that's why I think Mars's responsibility should have been to tank up, build aura items, maybe even
guess.
build some initiation capabilities.
So you don't go blink on.
Yeah, I think so.
At least like a playable matchup. Quap. Late. When the dagger comes out and stuff.
Yeah, I think the Void Spirit offers quite a bit as far as getting the backlines as well. Combine them with the Spectre. Like, this IO is going to have a pretty tough game against Void Spirit and Spectre.
Yeah.
Physical damage from one, magic from the other. Not easy or fun. It might... And then against the Quap, you've got the Yules plus Remnant kind of combo for some lockdown control, so...
So they need an offlaner.
Doom's banned out, Underlord's banned out, Sand King's banned out.
Go Darkseer maybe.
You love some Darkseer. When was the last time you saw Darkseer, though?
It was a week ago or something. It wasn't great.
What region?
they all
I
blend
think
together.
you're making stuff up.
They all blend
I have
together.
not seen Darkseer in quite a
It
while.
was China. It was
Okay.
Darkseer Clockwork, Snapfire mid. I was
Oh, Snapfire.
yeah.
Choose
Okay,
your
so
hero.
who's the 3 position? Is it going to be
Hey,
Quap? Okay.
Yeah, Cuckoo.
Oh, that's a classic.
That is a classic, actually.
This was my favorite hero that I watched when we played mid. It was like my absolute favorite thing was seeing a Cuckoo Queen of Pain, because it perfectly embodies his play style of just min max to the fullest.
Let's see what he can get away with. We're going to jump to a quick break, but when we return, we shall begin TNC versus Among Us game number 1.
Prepare for battle.
We are back. Game number 1, TNC Predator versus Among Us. This is the banner match of the day, possibly of the tournament, and hopefully it delivers, because we've been having a lot of 2-0s.
Oh my god. Good luck, have fun, Febby.
Well, so they said good luck, have fun to March, and then good luck, have fun to be afterwards. Some good stuff. Oh my goodness.
Whoa!
Wow.
Whoa!
It's all happening. Oh my goodness. Ooh.
Can we actually go to, can we get a
getting
scroll up here? Can we take it from the
spicy
top
here.
here, Aosin, please? I'm curious what all we missed here.
Fake news.
Yeah, good luck, have fun, Febby. Fake news, stop giving to fake news people.
Wow.
Well, good luck. Yeah, you kicked yourself, not us.
30 seconds to battle.
Meow.
Such a
Wait, what?
limited
March
imagination.
didn't respond to it as well.
I mean,
Wow.
March is a high road kind of guy, doesn't. Oh my god, he was hitting Roche.
How did they do it?
Map hacks.
There's a lot of alt chatting going on right now. This
I
is
love
great.
it. I love it.
So I think that that's all good fun.
Of course.
They all love each other. I think they're all still
The battle begins.
or they're not. Make up your own minds. I love that Cuckoo's still tagged up as geek.
I don't even know if you can change the tags right now, because they're again, there are no official roster locks, so
Right.
there's nothing to lock into. They should just make your guilds be your clan tag.
So Zeph, to me, it's been one of the more recent standouts out of the Southeast Asia region. I think this guy's been getting a lot better. He's been around the scene, I think, for a bit, but recently he's been really showing up. So definitely somebody to watch in this one.
Speaking of players to watch, Abed versus Armel in the mid lane. Two of the standout SCA mid laners.
And both on heroes with so much potential.
Yes. These are the two players who are going to set the whole template for this game. Kind of know what to expect from Spectre and Jower as far as getting some creeps, trying to get as much farm as possible, but watching this mid lane and the root control that can come out and plays that they will make.
I don't know. March is starting to participate.
Hey, turn it off, VPN. Great. Amazing.
Don't act like you know us.
Oh, no.
Gabby and Armel
March
both had the
DDoS.
exact same thought. You're like, you think you know us so well.
Oh, dude, even the admin's getting in on it. I like it.
So good.
Why so hostile?
Distortions.
Oh no.
Yeah!
Unbelievable.
I'll be
Oh,
honest,
man.
I can't tell if it's satire or not at this point. It's too difficult.
It's a good point. I don't know. I think it's. You guys ever miss your?
Poor KP!
Oh wow.
Just caught in the middle, his parents divorced, he doesn't know who to live with!
Dude, this is amazing.
This is amazing, I love this.
Jeez. X. Drop name. Please don't drop name.
Foolish you look.
Please. Lord. Good old March, though. It's interesting, too, because I feel like a lot of TNC are sort of on the youngerish side. So there's, like, kind of... I don't know. It's like March sort of... I felt
Respect
like
your elders.
he felt like sort of like he inhabited the like fear spot for Southeast Asia, kind of.
The mushy spot for Southeast
the
Asia.
Mushi, yeah, exactly. I was trying to make the corollary over to like NA and how people interact with him, but I guess it's the same as well. I don't know. Mushi kind of, whenever I think about him, it sort of was like there was like a reverence about him from other Southeast Asia players. That's kind of what I felt like the connection was. Whereas with Fear, it felt like everybody was kind of just, he was one of the guys with the rest of the teammate.
Oh,
And that's
so.
what it feels like with March. kind of.
Yeah, I think Beer's a good kind of parallel to make with what kind of how March has fit into many of the teams he was on in Southeast Asia. It's like a older veteran player over there. And it's weird because like these TNC players and the core like 3 or 4 players in the team who've stuck together, it's like they've been around a while now, but I still like consider them to be like these young kind of star players. Like Gabby and Armel, I think they're still probably only fairly early 20s, if that. But they have a ton of international experience, a ton of international success as well.
Totally. 7 minutes. Good to know. Hopefully there's no more issues. Matchup mid is probably going to be one of the things to
Radiant's
watch
courier
for.
has been killed.
You know, how well do they sort of get out of there? I would be shocked if anybody ends up getting solo killed, but there's a possibility, I guess.
If it happens, who's solo killing who?
Ember kills Void.
Talking about players, who's the player that's going to get killed by the other one?
It's like, oh my getting killed by Gabby.
Normally.
Come on, ends up getting the finish there.
Droplets and the torrents.
That was pretty straightforward. That was nothing,
Yeah.
nothing fancy to that,
As soon
really.
as I saw that, I was like, why don't I see this combo more frequently? Because people really loved the Ricky Grimstroke combo for the longest time because of how easy it was to pull off Inkswell. That was a piece of cake.
Yeah.
Which, granted, you're only able to get away with it right now when Quap does not have Blink. But I guess most offlaners, it seems pretty easy to execute.
So I'm gonna say this, that I actually think I'm gonna carry that as Gabby just dies. I'm assuming that was him wanting to die. Maybe he like bought out or something and then doesn't come back in with full HP or something.
Yeah, he didn't lose too much gold, just 30 gold.
But I think that the way that one of those two players gets a solo kill is by overextending and then the other one outplays them.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. So it feels like it's more likely that Armel is going to get the kill because Ember is the one that's more likely to be able to find a kill attempt.
But Ember's got a Fairy Fire, so the layers of outplay will continue
course.
to build on each other.
Yeah, that one guy from Pride.
He built up the resistance to Iocane.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah, the poison, where
Yeah.
he poisons both of them.
But it was the more like, you know that the poison's there. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, right, yeah, exactly.
So far, so good for the Mars, too. KP's having a good game.
This is a very early point in Bulwark. I wonder why. I mean, you are against 2 ranged heroes, but...
Yeah, I think it's kind of like a KP style. Like he likes to go for the more kind of
That is for
defensive,
sure.
safe lane. He's not an offlaner who's going to be playing aggressive, looking for the kills as much. There's the outplay we talked about.
Fairy Fire
Even
burn.
coming in. Tim, going.
Dan's one of them, but I think it's only level 1.
And he cancelled the dive. Well, he didn't cancel the dive at the right time, I guess.
Zephyr ends up
Okay.
going down. Gabby?
Oh.
Deny?
I don't think he's even gonna tick. He's got a tango. Oh,
going.
whoa. Oh, okay. I thought he had a
You
vision
hear
of
it.
the Spectre, and I was like, whoa.
I think Whitemon's actually going to die here with the creep wave, so...
And March ends up getting the pick off on our Mel,
Oh.
just farming away.
Oh, he was going for the 4-minute rune, probably. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That must have
He
been
was getting greedy, trying to get the bottle refill.
Where's the tip? Where's the meditative beeps?
That looks like one of those kills that Spectre and Grimstroke get the kill, but it's not worth it because of how much they take. Like, you miss out on so much farm when you're kind of low health against the Queen of Pain, so you're just kind of sitting back, regenning up.
Well, that's the thing. You know, Cuckoo goes down, but they keep Gabby well below well, I guess not well below the copper, but somewhat below.
He's got a double ring of regen. It's not too devastating.
But also, that means his net worth has been inflated.
Yeah, but I think this is a typical build these days for Spectres. It was like whenever that Ring of Terras build was super popular, you're like, I don't really need to buy it. That's many tangos. Whitemon attempts to make a move towards the 5-minute bounty, but gets met by the 2 offlaners.
Easy.
Get off my lord!
That's one of my favorite voice lines for a deny. It's so good.
My favorite is Death Prophets. No.
Go with it. Uh-oh. Happy. Trouble there. Slowed.
Daggered offensively.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
slow. And it worked.
It's going to keep him alive for now. Still ticking down to that dagger hit, but right clicks come through onto Whitemon too. And again, it sort of speaks to what you're talking about. It's not on the kill there.
Yeah.
Bringing us out.
The Spectre Gyro CSs weren't that different, but the Spectre's buying way more regen here. The net worth difference kind of highlighting that a bit. Whereas Io's just going to provide that kind of endless regen for the Gyro. Follow it up.
Bounty.
Unable to steal away a bounty
Dire's
rune
top
also.
tower is under
This
attack.
offlane Queen of Pain's looking kind of okay.
Ember strength.
Haven't seen much of it recently at all. Have you guys been seeing much offlane Queen of Pain?
Nope. As soon as the Shadow Strike nerf happened, everything other than mid lane pretty much fell off from what I saw.
Like Cuckoo's one of the few players I've seen do it here and there. But it's definitely a common thing.
Even a master fortress.
Perhaps it's an offlaner that's maybe a counter to Spectre. Just kind of bully the Spectre with the constant dagger spam.
Problem. Kill there on the Zephyr, and he was trying to wait for that back.
Oh wow, she dies actually because of Void Spirit
Dire's bottom
rotation.
tower is under attack.
Very well played.
I sense
So first mid rotation happens. It's gonna be on the side of Radiant.
Yeah, I feel like
Dire's
I'm surprised
bottom tower
someone like
is under
Ember doesn't
attack.
show up there.
Yeah.
He had the regen rune, right? You told me someone was going to suddenly show up then. The Ember theoretically has full health, full mana, and a TP scroll, so
denied.
TP and you have a guaranteed kill on Spectre because of fire remnant. Amel making the earlier move and getting rewarded for it.
Bed's just farming up. That's how he wants to play this game. I guess that is something to be said as like kind of they don't have a ton of lockdown for him inside of like I guess if he gets caught next to somebody with Grim ulti. Spear back the other way. Gabby making the rotation, the heal coming in, and Abed trying to keep the turnaround going. They bring down one. In Your Dream is gonna
Dire's
live.
middle tower is under attack.
Beautiful performance there.
That was just great timing for Ember. He was already on his way to the top lane, and KP was just like, bro, I'm gonna get an arena off, and Ember's like, perfect. I'm already ready to turn around this gank attempt.
Gabby gets back to the bottom side of the map off of the haunt.
Big cooldown though, and it's not like maybe when they are required to be playing around here in the early game, but you know, for Spectre, it's the one time you can kind of contribute.
And oftentimes I feel like Spectres use it as a way to get to another lane. They're like, I want to go to
Radiant's
your
bottom
safe
tower
lane now.
is
I don't
under
want to be in
attack.
my safe lane anymore. I'm going to get a kill and take it over. But she had to come back,
Double damage empowers
deal
me.
with Cuckoo's Queen of Pain.
Which pressure forward, eat the dagger, and necessarily where you would love to be.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Anticipating that we're going to see that blade mail build, which is pretty nice against like the Queen of Copter with all that like thrown out.
I feel like we're going to see this gyro
Dire's
really
top tower
accelerate
is under
here.
attack.
Doesn't have the farming item yet, but just with an IO and
Radiant's middle tower
stacks.
is under attack.
Whereas Spectre's going to be kind of jungling, but very slowly. The Spectre's really far behind, doesn't have a lane to farm, so things looking kind of rough for TNC, even though the gold is somewhat
Dire's
even right
top
now.
tower is under attack.
Particularly because like, yeah, carry out. Keep farming with the dagger and everything. If you're not farming with dagger, then you're crazy. Rotation in, Tim's ends up going down. Everything looking good so far for Among Us.
Yeah, I don't know how you're going to deal with this Ember Spirit. Like you said, there's a real minimal lack of lockdown. There's eventually going to be the Yules on the Void Spirit, but that means that he's not going to have the
Radiant's
Axe for a
middle
while.
tower is under attack.
So it's your trade-off of a single target disable with the Yules into Remnant versus the AoE silence as Whitemon goes down for trying to get that bot bounty rune.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Time marks out of there. Fur was over in here as well.
Dire's
Go back
structures
together
are
with your
fortified.
start to get some pressure on there
Dire's
mid.
top tower is under attack.
Moon of
Radiant's
regeneration.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, fine, but also not farming, so not really any easy places on the map for him to go
Radiant
to where he's going
structures are
to
fortified.
not get pressured out of the lane. You kind of mentioned, Gabe, you don't really want to be
Radiant's
jungling
bottom
as a
tower
Spectre.
is under
typically.
attack.
This is it just doesn't feel very
Dire's
good for
top
TNC
tower
right
has
now.
fallen.
TP side now. Fan.
That was Earth Spirit ultimate.
Yeah, I don't know who he thought he could kill.
That magnetized was that.
I don't know. They feel really lost on TNC right now. And every little bit of time that's spent where they're just farming up
Radiant
this
are
IO gyro
scanning.
is really big.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think they're feeling it too. They know their Spectre is not keeping up with Gyro. Gyro's just been off the map farming stacks, so KP smokes up, finds an opening here. And they got the damage.
And they're out.
Didn't kill him fast enough.
Can't stay here either.
Yeah, they're...
Oh my goodness. KP gets caught, and just like that, they bring him down.
I see the logic behind all of TNC's movements. I think Among Us are just playing really well. Because, like, sure, you should invade that triangle at this stage of the game. You should go to defend that tower. You should find ways to make space for your Spectre, but it's not really happening.
I think the way you make that work when you're playing Iron Gyro is you have to bring your Void Spirit, though. These little one you can kind of jump and get the IO, stop the relocation
Radiant's
happening
bottom
potentially.
tower
Yeah, but he
is
doesn't have
under
an
attack.
item yet, though. This
Yeah.
Void Spirit
Dire's top tower
needs,
is
like,
under attack.
one major item completion before you can actually start to scare
Radiant's
any of the
bottom
supports.
tower has fallen.
Well, TD there, now picked up for Abed.
Oh, good guy. Abed refills the bottle.
Master falters.
Ruins his own bottle.
Yeah.
This is weird. It's like it's slow and steady. I mean, I guess at the same time, like Gabby now is gonna have Blade, and they can sort of fight if they want to. I guess it feels like we've been saying a lot of bad things about TNC, but at least he's gotten the Blade Mail.
And it's very much a one team fight kind of game for them. Like,
Right.
yeah, that pickoff didn't work, and maybe they're not going to have much happen for them
Down
over the next
on
5
scan.
minutes. Nice falling blade through.
Dire's middle tower
Wow. Still finds him.
Oh, unfortunate. And it's a lot of damage. Fall down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really? Oh.
Oh my
Sick.
god.
That was sick. Oh, that was really cool. I like that a lot.
Oh man. Well, gets out. But yeah, it really is just one team fight. That's all you need. And with Mars, Phoenix, Spectre, Haunt, like, they're going to have a very scary team fight if everything suddenly connects and clicks together. The Ink Swirl stun as well on top of that. No, they think better.
Dude, let the man finish his Yules. God, he's so close.
Like, I think around that 20-minute stage, TNC, even if they're down on gold, are just going to be the much scarier lineup.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Again, jump now on this Phoenix. I think they're going to be able to kill. I think it's like, again, talking about how cool that play was by Gabby. Only plays 2-3, hides off to the side so he doesn't get rolled on, and then as the relocate's coming in, like outmaneuver the taunt to escape. Like,
do you think it was intentional Haunt timing?
I mean,
seeing the relocate, knowing you have a safe
that's what I'm wondering.
Because he didn't pinball around. Some Panic Spectres are just like, oh, I need to find somewhere. But this one was like calculate. He realityed specifically to either Gyro or Io's illusion, and it seemed very intentional. Bad stack.
He's struggling a little without the Ags, but slow and steady.
The Ags done. And if there is one thing to be said, like all three of the cores for TNC are all not quite as much as the Ember and
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
A bit longer to bring down than you'd hope. Really tanky boy in their first script, but continuing to farm is in your dream. And
Yules now completed for the Void Spirit. A lot of items completed, mech completed, Aghanims completed for the Gyrocopter.
Holy locket after. Slow and steady decline. Phil, drop the arena down. See if we can find an opening on Cuckoo. Sonic Wave is already out there. The Supernova going as well, but it's dead. They lose 2 on a TNC, but looks like in the end they will manage to take that fight pretty substantially.
yeah, not the simple pick off and get out that TNC were hoping for. They weren't looking for a big team fight with Haunt on cooldown and Void Spirit not around, so. Response from
With how popular Spectre is right now, I think teams having an IO player is so valuable, because oftentimes
Radiant's
the
bottom
advantage that
tower
Spectre
is
gets is
under
that
attack.
she's allowed to be on the complete opposite side of the map and join the fight whenever she
Radiant are
wants.
scanning.
But having an IO allows your carry to be able to do the same thing, except probably farm faster than a Spectre because you have an entire other hero helping you out. So it seems like such a good answer to how popular Spectre is these days.
I'm just wondering, like, how well this game has gone for IO Gyro. Will it matter if Spectre is like an item behind because of how good that hero is right now? You know what I mean? Like, does that make up for it with like Blade Mail and all this stuff? Good synergy of being able to be on top of it.
I think it will definitely be tested here firstly with the IO getting picked off. Gyro is now alone. It's no longer an Iron Gyro. Just a poor little Gyro without a BKB, so easy pickings. And this time TNC bring numbers. If you're going to invade the triangle, I think they kind of learned from their previous failures that they need to bring this Void Spirit. Well, it's going to get caught out though.
Decides to take an alternate path out of the triangle.
From being a really nice invade to kind of a even outcome in the end in some ways.
Because they didn't even there were no like stacks remaining in the triangle for TNC to steal anyway, so it's just 2 kills for 1.
But also just like to point out that this is, as we see the Phoenix go down, one of the games with the best neutral item in the world that you guys put in the D tier list, the Pupil's Gift, excuse me, on the Spectre. Yeah, that's what I was putting on. Aosin was trying to put it somewhere else. Look at that.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's like, this is one of those items that just only really works on, I think, the Agi carries. It only feels good in Agi carries. Who needs the mana? So, it's definitely good.
Back, Spear is is there as well. Big ink swell coming through, but the damage is going to be enough to take down the Mars, and Zephyr is not done. Kicking in for the kill onto Whitemon. Old teammate.
Radiant structures
Ends up
are
bringing him down again among us.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Abed is just having a way better game than Armel so far. That's kind of, to me, been the big story. His impact, his rotations, counterplays, it's just far superior. To give him, I mean, to kind of, I guess,
Even a master falters.
defend Armel, I think it's a lot easier for Abed when you're playing with the relocate, though, because you're
Sure.
always going to have those other heroes. Anytime you find a pickoff or look to make the play on the map, the relocate gives you these, hey, you can have +2 heroes there. It's a lot easier to kind of coordinate your rotations.
Now, Spear Vessels
Phoenix has not felt very impactful.
Nope. Saw one supernova. And a lot of deaths on the mid lane. Not this time, though.
It feels like TNC haven't really been playing Dota up until this point. That, like, the pressure into the high ground was like that big first moment that I feel like they had, and that's when it looked good for them.
I think it's just because it was the first time it worked. That's what I was saying. Like, I understand the logic behind all their movements, but Among Us were just like outstepping them,
Right.
ever so slightly.
Well, and I think it's what Parker said too.
Yeah, for sure. The thing is, I don't know when the next big spike for TNC will be. I would. Okay, well, Mars got a blink. That helps. Yeah, but he has this blink, and now Gyro's working to his BKB. Ember got the BKB completed, so I wouldn't even consider this to be a big spike for the Mars, and it's revealed also.
I will say that when TNC get their BKBs, that would probably be another. I guess it's probably only going to be Mars, though. Would be the for there.
Feels like this Gyro BKB timing is just far harder to deal with than anything that TNC have coming up anytime soon.
Yep.
The Spectre getting one more big item isn't, I mean, it's definitely what you need, but
Oh, you know what, though? The Blade Mail... KP catches the IO. That's a good place to go on right at the start. And a ton of damage coming through, though. And the Sunray doing a good bit of work back the other way. Gabby trying to run away. Does manage to dodge out of there. Tim's is going to go down for a second to Zephyr. Actually, it's Gabby that dies instead. And Supernova will eventually go off.
Where are you gonna go?
Run away.
everyone's around you.
He's on the run.
Oh, Void
Catch
Prick's
that
being
bird.
chased as well in the river. This is a...
Oh, that's a way more important
Yeah.
kill.
And nice play there with the Remnant, but it's not going to be enough to get him out of this one. I don't think.
Heals.
What? Tiger?
Oh,
Yeah,
he's done. Oh, 1 second.
Nice.
Zoop.
Monster kill. You dis-
Well, they saw the Gyro BKB. They thought that they had enough damage to be able to burst down the IO before big heals came out. Not the case.
Do they not? They don't have a Spirit Vessel, I'm guessing, because
No.
that would have been a much.
Oh, they do.
Even a-
6
Where-
charges?
Why
Six
one of those
charges?
charges needed to be on the IO there?
Right.
I think you definitely probably you kill him there with the Spirit Vessel.
Yeah,
I mean, he did die eventually.
But
Yeah.
not before the mech came out.
Yeah, he,
Right.
Once the mech
healed
came
way
out, the
too much.
fight immediately changed, yeah.
Ember
Wow.
strength. Now
That's
we
rough.
You know, they got their work cut out for them on TNC, that's for sure. Among Us doesn't feel like they've made a wrong step this game, really. Been killing it. KB, I guess, for
Yeah, I don't really feel like their damage is scaling or getting much scarier. Like, yeah, Spectre can keep tanking up and getting more items, but Spectre and Void Spirit getting more items isn't going to help you burst down this IO, even though you can get to him, as we saw in the last fight. Like, what happened there is just going to continue to happen.
I guess Void Spirit's next item completion can be important. Gabby, Sixth Sense tingles. A little bit too late, I think.
Got the homing missile. Is it going to stun in time?
Well, and so what I was about to say before that fight broke out down bottom was like the dispersion thing now means that you can like deal with the gyrocopter kind of, because any magical damage that you do will actually be dealt out even in the duration of the beacon. But the thing that's weird about it is like Blade Mail
Radiant's top tower
still,
is
so
under attack.
it's kind of a funky thing.
Radiant's
It's not
top
actually
tower
as
has
good
fallen.
against it. Like, you still need to get enough damage for that gyrocopter. And really the biggest thing is that IO heals come out.
Yeah, I think you're kind of
Radiant's
gonna
top tower
try and
is
dismiss
under
this
attack.
gyro as much as possible. He's not like threatening lethal damage. The IO is the much bigger problem, and maybe not surprised, but the gyro going for the defensive satanic option, I feel is maybe a little on the conservative side.
I think they're thinking about high ground siege. Like, if the IO and the gyro have to stay super close even when he's high ground sieging, then it could be very stressful. But if he can kind of stay a little bit further away and focus more on a relocate save, then let him satanic and just face tank the tower.
Yeah, you almost don't want the IO tethering gyro
Exactly.
until it's
Desperate,
necessary.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why it's going to be nice to have those 6 Spirit Vessels. Bring them down, and
Radiant are scanning.
or like before IO gets in, get that onto them.
Set.
The high ground. He's down. Zephyr caught right at the start, and can they bring down the IO? He'll keep out in time, and he's not dying. And the rest of Radiant is going to end up dying if they're not careful. Run away, Tim's to oblivion.
Will he supernova?
Well, he's thinking.
He will not.
I mean, that was a big team fight with ultis being used.
Radiant's
I
top
guess
tower
Tims just
is
doesn't
under
feel like he
attack.
can egg because they're going to kill it so easily with a BKB gyro.
Exactly.
So the end result is they don't. I mean, they can't get an egg off, and
Given.
March able to survive through everything once again.
Because the arena provides no protection now, because gyro will just walk through the arena all the way to the egg.
You need to like put it right on that edge.
Yeah, on like the border of it.
Yeah. But like you said, he's not even using it. But I think that it's like they just don't have enough of that burst damage right now to kill March before the mech comes out. But once that happens, it's like it's all over. Get Aegis on to In Your Dream, and Armel is gonna go down. Abed finds the kill.
I don't know if that play was necessary. I thought it was cute, of course, but I don't think they're at that stage of the game where you need to do that. Especially for Void Spirit, who's so far behind. He's gonna go for second item BKB after this Yules, which means he still won't have the Aghanim
Radiant's
Scepter,
middle
which means that
tower
this
is under
IO
attack.
still does not have to be worried about any real burst damage coming in.
God, Abed.
Gets up. He's got bigger fish to fry.
Vectors to kill. Gabby done so. To me, this feels like 2 different tiers of team. I don't know if that's just the draft, but holy crap.
Well, they kill IO. How did they kill IO?
Oh man.
That's strange.
Was it a relocate back? That must have been.
Oh, yes. Nice.
Do you guys think it's just a draft issue, or what's going on here?
I'm gonna save their Wheaties this morning, I guess. I think they're just playing really well.
Yeah, I think it's very much a play thing because I think, GNC's draft to me is fine.
Dire's structures
Perhaps they weren't
are
expecting the
fortified.
Spectre to have such a rough start in lane with the offlane Queen of Pain, but you know, if anything, the enemy having an offlane Queen of Pain is usually something where it's like, okay, I'll draft. We've got a way better team fight. Like you should feel like your opponent's draft has weaknesses when there's an offlane swap. I mean, Cuckoo hasn't had a massive impact on the mid game. He's still getting good Sonic waves off here and there, but for me, the biggest thing he did was just put Spectre off to a slow start.
And I guess that it's not like they were hiding the IO gyro at the early stages either. So like,
Yeah, and it's you definitely played against an IO gyro at some point in Pro Dota, so it's not an unfamiliar combo either.
Will the IO carry the repair?
I did see that. Quap is still hanging onto the Keen Optic, which I respect. Yeah, one of the rare heroes that you'll carry the repair kit on.
we were having this conversation with
Okay, so
the Observer about how this is good.
I want to see his regen. He's at 20.7 regen right now.
Listen, can you move the repair
he'll
kit
be at
into his
40, he'll be at
inventory, please?
45.
Radiant's top tower is under
He'll be at
attack.
45.7 HP region. That is obscene.
Not quite hit there on the remnant. Go through, skewer back. Okay. Nice combo. Pick off.
Okay, big outplay.
Even a
Radiant's top
Still
tower is under
17k net
attack.
worth deficit to overcome.
Even a master falters. What a great line. 7.
Which lines do you like being spammed more? The self-deprecating lines or the smug "I outplayed you" lines? I honestly find the self-deprecating ones funnier. Like even a master falters.
Yeah.
Or a lot of supports have like the disruptors like they're trying to kill me.
Yeah, exactly.
I think funnier, but they're like it doesn't really feel like I like the
It's
trash
not a
talk ones.
flex. The
just-
trash talk,
yeah.
yeah, like the Phantom Lance are such simple minds.
Yeah.
That one's a great one.
The problem is they get spammed so often that they lose their power,
Sure.
right? It needs to be like a very specific thing that
Yeah.
you've done that like, you know what I mean? It's hard to find those.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
The ones where you flame your teammates are good too.
Oh, that's a good one too.
The, like Wraith King has some good ones.
Yes.
I'll carry my weak and puny allies.
That's right.
So one of my favorite is to play Underlord, and then whenever like I miss a CS, just curses, curses.
Okay.
Go.
It's up on all of them. There's a lot of autos.
Oh, they do.
Oh, Sunray does a ton of damage there. Chase forward, but the BKB's out now, and it's all over.
Oh, we got the egg off.
Supernova, okay.
They
On
go-
the high ground? Is it gonna go up? No, it doesn't quite.
They got the Yules, but it was too late.
And now Abed is finally in the fight.
It's down. Armel makes it happen, but the stun is out, and godlike in your dream.
I think if that was like a shorter gyro BKB, that like goes very differently because you can get that Yules on him just like even a second sooner may have saved the egg, but a couple seconds sooner definitely would have.
The fact that he was even able to get off that egg was pretty big.
Add another to the tower.
And he did a lot of damage.
And they did finally kill the Io. That has been a consistent issue in most of their fights. Io did get the mech off, but usually
Radiant
after the Io gets the mech off, they fail to
structures
kill him. This time, at least one casualty.
Oh boy,
Claim.
Satanic
boy.
replay.
Radiant's bottom
And well, you of
tower
course
is
you want that
under
Satanic because he's also got the Paladin sword.
Of course, S tier item.
The way that Ian is moving around right now too, he's like constantly
Radiant's
stutter
bottom
stepping to
tower
make sure he
has
doesn't get
fallen.
hit by like any type of spear or something.
Radiant's bottom barracks
Io's
are
back,
under attack.
overcharged. They can go straight to mid now. There's no tier 2.
Oh, they got the dagger on the Mars, so he can't move.
Radiant's bottom
Marina comes out, it's in trouble. With a spear, it ain't gonna happen. Sunray trying to bring them down, if at all possible. They're leashed together. It's a lot of damage, but it's not quite enough. And with no egg, Tim's will fall. We'll see the buyback immediately from both of them, actually. Trying to get into there with the Grimstroke, but there's no follow-up.
Gyro's just getting started. Doesn't even have his
Dire's
BKB
top
activated.
tower is under
He can
attack.
fight even some more.
Doesn't even need the wand in his inventory.
Oh, there we go.
Hey! At this point, it's just so ridiculous.
Okay. Forces out of BKB.
Radiant's middle
Forced to.
It's a dieback at that point, too. So, no Mars
Radiant's
for
middle
60
barracks
seconds.
are under attack.
Egg is available now, at least.
Radiant's middle
So hard to
barracks
fight, though.
has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Now is just tower up top, which looks like they're going
Radiant's
to backdoor
top
it.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, a minute and a half until next Roche. They may just wait
Radiant's
until
top tower
that's an
has fallen.
availability. No risks. Even though they're 30k net worth up.
30k, but they've used it to, you know, try and close the game out, taking 2 lanes of racks down. It just doesn't feel like TNC, with any items coming out of this Spectre, are going to be able to change the course of things.
Aircopter has more net worth than the next 2 heroes
Put together.
That's insane. Dream. Best game I've seen from him in a while, I feel like.
For sure.
Pain without consequences.
The Aghanims soon for the Ember Spirit. Oh, nope, never mind. Oh, yes, never mind.
Oh, they're just gonna use it straight on the Spectre, relocate as well. Oh, and she does it again, but Earth Spirit's ready this time, but...
Wait, what'd you
Oh,
do?
2-1 back. Oh, to mid.
Yeah.
There we go.
Almost has Scotty done. That would be nice. You know? The gyrocopter against the Ion, kind of?
At this point, I don't even think you just go for everyone who isn't the gyrocopter, I think, right now. You can't go face-to-face against him.
Are you gonna buy this?
I think so. With Aegis, I think you do, and Roche respawn in a minute,
Yeah.
I believe. So, I think, yeah, you can just drop your boots, sell your wand, then you've got Rapier Aegis. It's just like so safe and secure with the IO behind you. You're never being focused anyway, so you want to do maximum DPS and
Oh, he locks it.
doesn't have buyback, but not a big deal. They can just camp out Roche, and then it's pretty much guarantees mega creeps. And realistically, it's like I don't see them defending their throne even against the Rapier Aegis.
Yeah.
I thought that you could buy it straight up. The locking it makes a lot of sense. Well,
Yeah, you wait till you have the Aegis to combine. That's the one kind of potential game-throwing mistakes that could happen, is beating away the Rapier pre-Aegis.
runes.
Bounty.
Going water, but mainly it's going into Among Us's coffers. Still incredibly farmed on all top 3 here. That gyrocopter and that Aegis. On.
Void Spirit has now completed Aghanims. I think they have to challenge this Roche. If they don't, they are not gonna... Oh wow, straight up combination for the Roche.
This is where you want to contest that Roche. I mean, they've also got the like double blade, so if they can catch him
Yeah.
down. Yeah, just too quick. Too much damage.
See how good the blade mails can work. Kill him one time, maybe you can kill him a second time, and then maybe you have a chance. Who's the better person to take a rapier? Is it Void Spirit? That's not good. Whatever else is going on, that's not good. KP's dead. White Mom's dead. I think that might just be it, actually.
So
Oh no! Run away on 2, but
Tier Force.
they go for it. And with
Dire's
rapier
bottom
Aegis,
tower
there's
is
no
under
way.
attack.
triple homing missile charges.
Let's go! Watch, he's gonna blow all of them on his Phoenix. Just like pow pow pow.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Run in there,
Radiant's
try and
middle
slow,
tower.
stop the bleeding. Blade mail is out, but
He's stacking the homing missiles.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
well,
Yep. And the second one now.
chase out. GG is going to be called Sonic Wave, and with that, Among Us taking down TNT game #1.
Please don't be another 2-0. Come on. I had high expectations for this matchup. This is...